outside the DC Gulag or DC jail, doing investigative reports, some of entertainment value and some actual newsworthy. It'll be up to you to decide which ones are as far as what you value. So I was doing a report outside of the jail trying to get an interview with Mickey Widoff, Ashley Babbitt's mom, who is currently suing the government with some family members over the wrongful death of her daughter. There's a couple problems with it. It's $30 million, first of all. Oh man, I could just talk on the subject forever. Too bad I don't have much time, so I'm just going to breeze through it. Upon being arrested I was doing a report outside Obama's house. Contrary to popular belief, I was not armed. The government did not have a search warrant for my vehicle. They didn't have probable cause either. If you read my case, you'll find out that. You'll find all that out, and I'm still being held pretrial detention, even though I have no history of violence. And pretty much basically there's no reason for them to hold me whatsoever, like most January 6 cases. Most January 6 cases are not indefinite detention. And while I have not been convicted or sentenced, I have also not even been to trial. I've been here for 7 months. The problem with a lot of this is the government is failing to disclose that I have independently worked with other news groups, people, individuals independently, and I did do a lot of coverage. One of the things that I did was I got an interview with what was his name? Thomas Biani of New Jersey, I think it was his name, at the scene where Ashley Babbitt was reportedly shot. On my investigation, she was not shot. She didn't have any gunshot wound to either her abdomen or her neck. You can see it for yourself on the footage. Before I walked in, Jaden X, who just happens to be a couple doors down from me, at this current time in here, he's been sentenced. He had home detention for his entire time in trial, all that. So he claims that he claimed initially that he's trying to get me to riot or start a riot over the death of a 14-year-old girl. He said a 14-year-old girl just got shot in there. Then he whispered, "Come on, man, help us out. They just shot a 14-year-old girl in there." I walked by him, investigated it, and that's where all this happens. Thomas Biani claimed that he was a health physician, like Doogie Howser, very young for a health physician. Said that she got shot in the neck with a tear gas canister and died immediately. Obviously, that didn't happen. He didn't really inspect. You can see from the footage, Jaden X or whoever. Let's see here. I was arrested, and when I got my first batch of discovery, the name Jennifer Babbitt was the person who opened my investigation. Unfortunately, she works for the FBI, and she, according to investigators that work with the government, have reported to me that she's not a real person, doesn't exist. She works for the Domestic Terrorism Tracking Unit 1 of the FBI. The FBI is also using the image of Ashley Babbitt to go after Second Amendment groups and conservative groups and Republican groups. They infiltrate them. They have people say that she was a martyr, and then they get investigated for domestic terrorism, some of which is the Franklin County Republicans, in which the former chairman also said he fired me in my initial batch of discovery. Pretty interesting. He gave the FBI an interview. I don't know if that's true, but he certainly believes it. I did ask him to stop pushing me out of my responsibilities under RCW. That's Regulatory Codes of Washington. whistleblower because I was in a position with the government at the time as a PCO, and I was reviewing what the whole January 6th thing was going on, and also some very serious crimes that were going on in our county with the election. So he did say he pushed me out and came up with some reasons for it, but I won't go too far into that. So lost my job there. But anyway, he, in front of everyone, said that Ashley Babbitt was a martyr and disregarded everything I was reporting at the time to him and police officers around me. Remember, the charges when I was arrested were 2.5 years old, been here for 7 months. Currently, the judge is sitting on a motion to suppress and hasn't done anything with it. And therefore I can't actually leave because he's just sitting on it. So, I mean, that's big news considering if, the person who's working for the FBI during an investigation, also I should say that, because I wouldn't stop talking about this, people in my own family were trying to get me to shut up, and I was even assaulted, and on different occasions to shut up about what I saw, and was even called by the same person who assaulted me to tell me that I was being sued by Aaron Smith over the wrongful death of Officer Jeffrey Smith, who, according to video footage, isn't even getting assaulted at the time that they're trying to say I was there. The person who's a co-defendant worked for Congress in the past. He has clients with the Supreme Court, Judicial Branch, White House, let's see here, Congress and Senate. So, I mean, this guy is a doctor, and he's inside the Capitol defacing property, assaulting police officers, none of which is the officer that we're being sued for in a wrongful death suit. You can see all this footage now. It's been released, but not before I was in here. I came here to D.C. to get the footage. As McCarthy had suggested, if you have a case ongoing or you are a press agent, you can come and talk with his office. There's a video out there of me totally doing that, trying to get in touch with him, and then just ignoring me in all calls. Contrary to what former Speaker of the House was actually saying, they tried to insist that I was trying to threaten him. There's been no charges, no history of violence from me. So I don't know what's going on here, but obviously they don't want this to come out. There's an interview with Tucker Carlson, or a special with Tucker Carlson, where he's talking about Q Shaman and all this stuff, where he says Speaker of the House McCarthy will release any footage to reporters except for the Ashley Babbitt footage. There's a high likelihood that Ashley Babbitt is Jennifer Babbitt of the FBI, and wouldn't that be remarkable since she's being, her family suing for $30 million in the wrongful death of Ashley Babbitt. So, FBI agents outside the jail had reported to me that, and a few other people, that Ashley Babbitt is certainly alive, so that's even more remarkable. In light of this, Mickey Woodhoff, the mother, is on camera actually assaulting people in the street, and no case or charges were ever brought. She was arrested, so all charges were dropped. So what's going on? Why is she such a useful asset to the government, considering that Mickey Woodhoff is on camera actually admitting that she is an entertainer, and fleeing from the area for a week to go to some, what do they call it, some convention for actors called Cos Fest, like cosplay, I guess, I don't know. Cos spelled like cause, like we have a cause, but pretty weird. A bunch of nobodies were there. I should also mention that Mickey Woodhoff arrived immediately after I left and departed in 2022, when I was doing coverage of another protest protest right outside the Capitol for a month, and she just arrived, and they started doing the vigil immediately after I left. So she also was there when I was doing laundry. I was gone for an afternoon before all of that. She showed up to talk to people, and when I came back, she was gone. So it was very remarkable that she's here doing what she's doing and doesn't want to get an interview with me. Let's see here. So I think that's pretty much it. I have no relation or ever even talked to Dr. Kaufman in the wrongful death suit. Still to this day, regardless, he did 2 months. He's on camera or he's in the transcript of his sentencing, you'll find out that he's a Bernie Sanders supporter. It's a pretty big deal since he's not a Trump supporter. A lot of the January 6 defendants aren't. I've interviewed several of them, including J6-er, and they're not Trump supporters. So contrary to what you've heard, you should really find out or read the transcripts of every case that you want to investigate. Not all January 6ers are Trump supporters, and they certainly aren't even conservative, a lot of them. So, I recommend that you do read every case, including mine, whether it's the civil or the criminal one now. The government originally charged me with 4 misdemeanors, and they tried to get me to plead guilty to it so I wouldn't have any recourse. Then they charged me with 2 felonies regarding their illegal search and seizure and entry without a warrant or probable cause to my van to report to the press that I was some sort of violent person. That is being used against me in my civil suit now. So the development of this stuff under the timing is really strange, as well as important to note. Let's see here. There's so much to this, so many angles. You just can't believe your own eyes and ears anymore with the press. I mean, you have to really do your...
You have 1 minute remaining.
You have to do your own research, and in closing, I would recommend that you don't just donate money, you actually find out what's going on. If you are to donate money and you are a Trump supporter, I'd recommend you donate directly to DonaldTrump.com for his re-election campaign. That will help him in his very costly legal battle that he's doing on our behalf, I believe. And I would recommend that you put the time and energy into getting him reelected. It's obviously that these are show trials and witch hunts, and you should be well aware that something bigger than ourselves is happening at this point in time. So do what you want, be free, be loving, caring Americans, and Godspeed. This is Taylor Taranto